Hey, welcome back. Hope everybody is having a great day, and thank you so much for joining me talking all things Masters of the Universe or all things Masters of the WWE Universe. And today on the channel, guys, we're going to be doing a full unboxing and review of the GREYSKULL Mania ring or playset, the battleground for the superstars of WWE Eternia. Alright, but first we'll take a look at the packaging itself. We're also going to be reviewing the two exclusive figures from this set, the Terror Claws Triple H and John Cena figures, and we'll do some comparisons from the first versions of the set or in the line, alright? And have some fun. And of course, at the end of the video, everybody, we'll do a check on the progress of the Snake Layer crowdfunding playsets. But first, if you are new to my channel or first time watching, hope you'll subscribe afterwards. Hope you'll hit that like button. And thank you so much for doing that. Hit that notification bell so you'll know when I have uploaded a new video. And please share this video. Who has a passion and a love for collecting all things Masters of the Universe. Without further ado, let's take a look at this incredible ring. Alright? And speaking of GREYSKULL, I'm curious, everybody, did you guys, anybody, pre-order the Amazon exclusive GREYSKULL ring that's coming in, I think, in January? That was announced at San Diego Comic-Con this year. I'm kind of curious about that. I did, because it looks amazing. It looks incredible. That vintage style coloring and stuff like that. So I'm kind of curious, did you pre-order the new remake or repainted GREYSKULL for the Origins line? Alright, but here we go, guys. So here's the packaging right here for the GREYSKULL ring right here. Nice image of Cena and Triple H right there going to war. Alright, looking good. Has that GREYSKULL type look to it. Alright, there's the figures themselves. Alright, Triple H right there. Alright. Put it around. This is a good sized box, guys. This is good. Alright. There's another nice shot right there. Mine's a little damaged right here, but that's fine. Alright. Around to the back right here. Some nice shot right here. And some more artwork right here. Looking good. Alright, cross sell of the two warriors here about to do battle. Good. Alright, everybody, I'm going to take this offline to unbox, and I'll be right back, everybody. Hang on. Alright, everybody, we are back, and this was a very, very simple, very easy to put together. Alright, very, very basic. One sticker, first of all, one sticker that goes in the center of the ring, and let you know that, like the Fright Zone, this is my very first wrestling ring. All right, but extremely easy, guys. But you know, one sticker that has the the Swords of Power from the from this universe. All right, looking good. The WWE logo right there. All right. So basically, it's just the mat itself right here, which has that GREYSKULL type coloring right there. All right, there, and then of course 4 posts, all right, and then one of the posts, basically, because you know, like I said, I never had a ring before in my collection to put together or display these figures. So one of the rings has all the ropes in one post right here wrapped up, and basically just take your time to unwrap everything, and then you plug in the post right here around, you know, from the corners, and then you just feed each rope around. Very simple, very easy. And it also comes with this step right here. All right, looking good right here. But yeah, I mean, it's a fun ring. All right, it's got a little bounce to it. All right, it serves, you know, it's really pretty cool. Now I have something to display these figures now, and the fact that, you know, originally, if you remember when I did these reviews with you guys on this line, you know, I was going to be just an inbox collector. Now I'm finding these, you know, at TRG Toys, all right, and so including this ring, all right. So now I can have a chance to go back, because I told you, that I wanted to go back if I ever found these figures and playsets to unbox with you guys. So, you know, this is a lot of fun to do this, all right. But amazing, guys, amazing. Now here's the detail here, guys. Now, we've seen these images of the skulls in the back of the packaging. All right. with this ring. Pretty cool. All right, looking good. All right. Now, moving on to the figures themselves. All right, we have John Cena and Triple H. These exclusive figures. And first things first, I'm going to bring out, of course, let's bring out Triple H. So here's the Triple H from the single carded stack right here, from Wave 1. Okay. So we'll put him right here inside the ring here. All right. All right, looking good. And here we go. So here is Terror Claws Triple H right here. All right. Looks good. Looks really good. But a very basic figure here, everybody. You know, take away the Terror Claw look to him. And I did bring out Terror Claw Skeletor. All right. So now you have another option. All right. If you wish to give Terror Claw Skeletor, you know, this look of the Terror Claws, you can do that because it's the same exact, you know, Terror Claws right there. Unfortunately, with this figure, like what they did with Terror Claws, giving you that action call out from the Origins line, that gives you that motion of him using the claws. Unfortunately, Triple H does not have that ability. Okay, so if you just take these off right here, all right. Basically, what you have here, guys, is your standard Triple H figure. I mean, for the most part, it's like you can say this is coming right out of the Superstars Origins based line, because we have not gotten a Triple H from the Superstars line. But I mean, he looks right out of the Superstars line. All right, if we did get a Triple H, tomorrow in that line, as a part of the next series of figures, I mean, this would be a perfect one to do, this version of Triple H here. Because basically, like I said, if you take away the Terror Claws from him, basically what you have, and for the most part, all the wrestling figures from this set, if you remove all the He-Man-esque armor, what you have is basically Superstars figures, in a way, which is not a bad thing. It's pretty cool, all right? But he looks like Triple H right there, all right? Your standard basic Triple H. Not like going on, but still amazing. The face sculpt looks great, all right? And like all Origins-based figures, you can pop the arms off right there, snap it back on, pop it from the waist, that we've seen before and fell in love with the Origins baseline plug and play. Detail from the trunks right here to the knee pads, the black boots right there, looking good. All right, a good fun character. Now for fun too, guys, I'm going to put his Terror Claws on Skeletor just to see how it looks, guys. Hang on. Well, everybody, you know what? Sometimes I make mistakes, unless I'm doing something wrong, guys. Because for some reason, the Terror Claws for Triple H, which I think is the same for Skeletor here. Let me take a look. Well, not really. At a close look, everybody, the width of Triple H's Terror Claw is much wider for some reason. And instead of, and Skeletor has a much more thinner look to it right here. All right, it's more thin inside. It's and every time I try to put, the Terror Claw on Skeletor, it's popping the hand off. All right, so it must be designed only for Triple H only. Okay, but still, it's a fun, fun gimmick. It's pretty cool for what it is. All right. Unfortunately, the fact that they took away the action feature for him, for that Terror Claw motion, does bring it down, somewhat. But still a fun character here, guys. All right. But then again, when this came out, they have not found a way. Because remember, the WWE, Masters of the WWE Universe, came out before the vintage line of Masters of the Universe figures. So they had to figure out a way to do that giving us that action feature call out with Terraclaw Skeletor. All right. So at this point in the life, of the life of, Origins based figures, Mattel and the Motu line couldn't find a way to do that, unless. Okay. I mean, then they could have. They could have, guys, because unlike the other Origins based figures, you can't pop Skeletor from the waist because of his action feature that's in, the middle here. All right. But still pretty cool, guys. All right. Now moving on now to John Cena. But first, let's take a look at his single carded figure. All right. The Faker John Cena. Put that right here in the ring right here. All right. And then we have good old John Cena right here. Looking good. Detail is perfect. So I guess, like I said, also that this particular figures here is more of a what if story. What if, besides, not He-Man or Skeletor, what if the wrestlers of WWE lived on Eternia? So I guess in a way, this is their version of He-Man in this universe. And I say this, I feel like this is He-Man personally, or this He-Man-esque character in this universe because of Faker John Cena. All right. Look at this beautiful detail here, guys. And what's cool about this too is that if you have one loose, these weapons of choice right here, this battle axe and the shield right here, would go perfectly with this, and I gotta find me another one of this John Cena here, guys. But this see-through, weapons of the axe and the shield would go perfectly with this Faker John Cena. All right, because the Faker John Cena comes with a Spikor-esque club here, this orange basically club here, and this club right here would be a perfect one for this John Cena. The orange would match beautifully with this figure here, guys. So it's kind of like a mixed match of weapons between both this John Cena and Faker John Cena. But get him back up here, guys. But still, it does not take away from a fun character here, guys. It looks amazing. The face sculpt looks good. And of course, John Cena's, almost, about to retire. The days are, coming along. And so this is a perfect figure to add to my collection, guys. All right. Looks really cool. All right. Put him right here. Then we're going to put Triple H right here. Looking good. I also brought my other figures from this universe that I have unboxed with you guys. Here's my Goldberg. Looking good. Can't forget about old Sting. All right. And to round up, we have the Ultimate Warrior. So yeah, a fun play set or ring to display your figures, to have some fun. Even put some He-Man figures in there if you wish. Have He-Man battling Beastman, in this really cool Greyskull type ring. All right. But there you go, guys. There's an unboxing and review of the Greyskull Mania playset ring. A fun ring, a very easy ring to put together. If you're a massive WWE collector, or in Superstars, you can use the Superstars line for this ring as well. I'm kind of curious about the Superstars line. If we will eventually get a Raw ring or a SmackDown ring to go along with that Superstars, with those figures. All right, but right now, this is a perfect, play set or ring to, at least for me, all right, to display these figures at, guys. All right. But before we go, everybody, all right, we're going to check the progress of the crowdfunding playset. And also, everybody, real fast, I got a little bit of a scare today about the playset, the crowdfunding playset. Now, as far as crowdfunding goes, everybody, I'm kind of curious. Have you done this before? The only time I've done it before, everybody, is when I crowdfunded and helped fund the Eternia playset. Okay? And, of course, that funded very quickly. I mean, we were just about had all the tiers done. We missed out on a few hundred tiers. So, I mean, within a few days, I mean, we unlocked Eternia playsets. All right. We unlocked the Moat Monster. And so, it's, as you know, once we fund something, the money goes into Mattel and, to process it and stuff like that. But since it's taking a bit longer with the crowdfunding for the Snake Lair, okay, I don't know if this is standard practice here, or maybe it's my bank or what, but Mattel returned my money to my bank account. Okay, they refunded me my money, or at least put it back in my account. All right, now I checked my progress or my situation, and it still has me ordered. I have it ordered. All right, I did back up this playset, so it's still showing that I did order the playset. All right, it is saying that the payment is authorized. So I don't know if they're just waiting to see what happens. If it goes through, and then they'll retake my money out. So I got to be careful. All right, doing that. All right, I don't want to spend money that but so I got to be extremely careful. So is this a standard practice, everybody? When if after a few weeks of of progress, and if it's not gone through yet, does Mattel normally refund the money back to you in hopes that if it doesn't get refunded or get funded, you already have your money back with you? All right, which is fine, which is cool. I hope that another thing I would love to see is that maybe, just maybe, I don't know, I mean, this could be a wild thing, but if they refunded our money to us, all right, maybe they're going to maybe reduce the price of the playset to a much more reasonable price. All right, that way that we will have the money. I mean, whatever, like if you got one or two, like let's say you just got one, like me, all right, and they reduce the price of the playset to half off. All right, we still got to reach the 6,000 backers, right? But since we already put the $300 into the playset, what they're going to do is just take out half of that. So you already guaranteed the playset. You've got two. They'll figure it out. They'll talk about the difference in balance. But you know what I'm saying? Like, because if they did not, let's say like they did not refund the money back to you guys, it's still, processing or pending, whatever the outcome is, and they decide at the last minute to reduce the price of the playset. I'm going way off here, guys. I know. And it's one of those things, it gets in my mind here. And they don't do the refund, and they go half off. Well, that's not fair to us, who did put the $300 in. So by putting the money back in our accounts, then we give the option, do you want to get one still? Do you want to get two now? Because we did mark the price down. You're guaranteed one, for sure. All right, that's a guaranteed. All right, because it's half off. All right, we'll just take that from your original price of the $300. All right, but let me know, guys. I know. You're probably telling yourself, what is he talking about? I just saw that. I kind of freaked out there because, like I said, I've never, except for the Eternia playset, I have never have done a crowdfunding besides that Eternia playset. And like I said, the Eternia playset funded so quickly. All right, but we're going to take the progress right now of this playset here, guys. So hang on. All right, everybody, we are back right now. It's been about a week since we checked on the progress of the Snake Lair playset. As you know, they did do a live stream of the playset. If you have any questions about it, what process they came to delivering this very cool playset here, guys. It's still running right now if you wish to go check it out from Mattel Creations. But as of right now, as of filming this, guys, all right, it is at 2,938 backers. So we have not even reached right now, as of filming this, the halfway point. So we're at 48% funded. So there's still a lot to go with only 17 days left. All right, so there's a lot to go, guys. All right, now I'm not saying it's not impossible, but the more days we go through, and the fact that very soon we're going to be losing that early bonus feature with that Skeletor Lady Slither early backing. And I'm kind of curious, once that goes away, I have no doubt that the playset will drop. I mean, as far as funding, fast and quick. So I'm kind of curious if Mattel will prolong the early backing feature for this playset to keep it going. All right. I know one thing. Every day, the closer we get to the... My apologies, everybody. There was a knock at my door. So what I was saying, everybody. So as far as the 8,000 tier for the priest, for the Pythonist priest, I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, strange things can happen. I'm not saying, you know, I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch and stuff like that. But I mean, 17. So we have 2 weeks and 3 days to get this funded and hopefully, possibly, get that third or that final tier of the Snake Priest, Pythonus, in the collection, guys. The 6,000 still is in reach, guys. I will admit that. For at least getting, you know, the other features, the playset itself, the two-headed monster. If you back it early enough, you know, the Skeletor, God, the early backing. I forgot her name, everybody. I still think that is a possibility right now. The 8,000 tier thing, I don't know, man. That's a really big stretch, guys. All right, we'll see what happens, but there you go, guys. Right now, 2938 backers right now. Do you think this is going to be funded? Do you think this is going to go through, guys? Let me know in the comments below. All right. All right, everybody. I'll take the time now, of course, to thank my subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. All right, don't forget to hit that notification bell when I upload new videos. And tomorrow, we'll be talking all things Master Universe, possibly Superstars line. I'm thinking about bringing out some vintage Master Universe, like, not vintage, but like going back down memory lane, looking at some great figures from the Origins line that we have not seen in a while. Just a review with you guys, all right? And have some fun, all right? I might do an Ultimate Tila review on the channel here, guys. Maybe do a versus. Speaking of Terraclaw Skeletor, we might do a versus with his new Eternia version from Masterverse to see which one you like the most, all right? We're talking about Superstars 9. We got Superstars figures coming very soon to the channel. But a lot's coming, guys, all right? So, hope everybody has a great day. And I'll see you guys very soon. Take care, and have a good one, everybody.